I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso with a Storm Tracker Alert Day update here on our Sunday afternoon. We're expecting a line of thunderstorms to roll through overnight tonight. Some of these thunderstorms could be strong to severe. I'll tell you right now, the highest threat for stronger thunderstorms seems to be in our inland areas along and north of Highway 84. But again, we're watching the entire area because the entire area has some sort of severe weather risk. The main issue will be gusty winds with these thunderstorms. As they pass through, we'll have some very strong wind shear in place, and the thunderstorms will be able to tap into that and deliver some pretty gusty winds as they pass through. Isolated tornadoes could be something to watch here that is not the highest threat. We are going to be watching for the potential of a few isolated thunderstorms ahead of the line, and those could lead to a tornado threat. So that's going to be something that we're watching as well. Now, a big time note here for Monday morning. This blasts through really quickly. Could get out of here by 7 a.m. And that means some colder air and some dry air will move in as well. It is going to be substantially colder early next week. Let's start to break this down for you. This is the broad severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and you can see a very, very expansive enhanced risk of severe weather. That's level 3 out of 5 for portions of the Mid-South, much of the Mississippi Valley, even up into the Ohio River Valley, and including the Deep South as well. Looking at our local area, the highest risk is in our inland areas and areas to the east. So you see the slant here of the enhanced and slight risk. Everybody is in some kind of chance of strong to severe storms, but the higher risk, again, is away from the coast, mostly on the Highway 84 corridor points north. You can see where the highest risk of damaging wind is. It's well off to our north. What you're seeing here in our inland spots is we're in this 30% zone, which means a 30% chance of winds of 58 miles per hour or greater within 25 miles of a given point in this area. So a 30% chance of winds 58 miles per hour or greater within 25 miles of, say, Grove Hill or Bruton or Bay Minette. So there you understand that there is a little more of an elevated threat in our inland spots for damaging winds as this squall line moves through. We'll take a look at what it looks like in modeling in a second. The tornado risk, this is something that we have a couple notes for. As the line moves through our area, we have a low end threat for some spin up tornadoes along the line. However, just off to our east, you see this yellow area here. We have the 10% region. We could see a couple thunderstorms that develop ahead of the line, and those thunderstorms could pose a slightly higher tornado threat, but there are still some question marks on if we will actually see those rain showers developing. The bottom line is everybody has some kind of chance or threat of seeing thunderstorms capable of producing tornadoes, but this is not a guarantee. You see your percentages there, 5 and 10% for most of the area. There is also a low end hail risk. Some of the thunderstorms could produce some larger hail, especially some of the isolated thunderstorms that develop ahead of the line. Something we'll keep an eye on for you. Let's talk about timing here. The main squall line looks to enter our area around midnight or 1 a.m. When I say enter our area, I'm talking about the Fox 10 viewing area, which our viewing counties include counties such as Greene County in Mississippi, Washington County in Alabama, and Clark County in Alabama. The line will get to these corner areas first. Then it'll move from west to east. In the Mobile area, we're dealing with timing around 2, 3, 4 a.m. In Baldwin County, places like Fairhope, Foley, Robertsdale, all the way up to places in Escambia County like Atmore and Bruton, we're talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m., really more 3, 4, 5 a.m. Then in Northwest Florida, 4, 5, 6, and then eventually Okaloosa County, 5, 6, or 7 a.m. So there's your timing as this moves from west to east. But you see my timing note there. A few strong to severe thunderstorms may develop ahead of this squall line, and that means an earlier threat is possible. So you're still going to want to be able to receive warnings throughout the entire night tonight. Let's look at Futurecast. This is the HRRR. This is a high resolution model. It is a very reliable model, and it has done well with some of our previous events. Through the evening, it is a quiet, warm evening with a nice southerly wind. You'll notice partly cloudy skies. Through the overnight period, we could see some rain showers developing as early as 10 o'clock in our Mississippi counties. One trend that I've noticed with the models is a couple of these try to get a little bigger. You see how it turns to the yellow color there? So that's the future radar saying, "Oh, that might be a heavier downpour." We're going to watch those just in case. The storm environment's not going to be perfect just yet for strong thunderstorms, but we'll watch just in case they try to flare up a little early. Then here's your main line. And one thing that you notice, it doesn't look very impressive. You don't see a big wall of red. You see some smaller cells of red. That emphasizes our point that there are still some question marks about this storm threat, and not everybody is going to see a severe thunderstorm tonight. But what we do see is some strong thunderstorms embedded in this line, and there could be moments like you see right here where you have a stronger thunderstorm that is likely producing gusty winds. And in this case, you would get some kind of warning, like a severe thunderstorm warning, especially if it is producing severe winds of 58 miles per hour or greater. So that is a possibility. That's something that's on the table for us tonight. If you're along the immediate coast, I will say your severe weather risk seems lower. Notice how at 4 a.m., as the line is working its way across, you just see broken rain showers along the coast and you don't see a solid line. I think that is a definite possibility as this line moves through. And then as it moves east around 5 a.m., it looks a little more scattered. So again, you see where the question marks are in this. This is not going to be a totally solid wall of rain. It might be broken, especially as you get towards the coast. Now, after 6 or 7 a.m., the severe weather threat is over for us locally, but we will still have rain showers for your morning commute. So keep that in mind as the temperatures drop. We encourage you to download the Fox 10 weather app so you can be notified of when alerts are issued. Turn on the Fox 10 alerts, turn on the severe thunderstorm warnings, turn on the tornado warnings as well in the app. You just have to go into your settings and make sure. Also, you need multiple ways to receive warnings. That includes something like a NOAA weather radio on top of your phone. That way, you have multiple ways to be woken up if alerts are issued. We are also posting constantly on our Facebook pages. We promote this because this is one of our quicker and easier ways as meteorologists to share information with you. So if you not are not following our Facebook pages, we highly recommend that you do so. Sometimes what we will do is we will link our Facebook pages on the weather app, and we'll try to do that later on tonight as well, so you can have multiple sources of information. Also, when we're live streaming tonight's severe weather coverage, you will see that on the Facebook side, and there you can comment and engage with us. And we have the ability to see the comments on television and answer some of your questions. So it's a very useful tool there. Quick reminder for you. If a tornado warning is issued tonight, what do? You be prepared. I would have this plan in place already that if you get a tornado warning, you know what to do. Go to the lowest interior room of a sturdy building, get away from windows and doors. The small room on the lowest floor of the building, like a hallway or closet or bathroom, is typically the preferred space. Of course, get away from windows and doors, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. We recommend something like a helmet. Research shows that folks who put on a helmet greatly increase their risk of survival in a tornado event. So that is something that you can do for children and adults that could greatly benefit you. Also, use pillows, blankets, and a mattress if you can to protect yourself. That is another great idea. For folks who are in mobile homes, you need to have a plan in place that when a warning is issued, you seek sturdy shelter in a site built structure. That is just the need for tornado warnings and strong severe thunderstorm warnings in our area. Mobile homes cannot withstand the kinds of winds that even a weak tornado produces. Therefore, you need to have a plan in place to find somewhere to go, a 24/7 business or a family or friend's house that is there 24/7 for you. Also, no cars. In the case of a tornado warning, you do not want to be in that car for long if you're driving to your sturdy shelter. And in the case of a tornado, if you're driving, out and about, you don't want to be doing that while a tornado is coming at you. A car is a death trap in a tornado. So you want to get off the road and seek sturdy shelter as well. We're going to try to give you ample warning ahead of these thunderstorms just in case so that you can put your plan into action. Now, I have to talk about what happens after all of this. We get some very cold air that blasts in here. Monday is going to be a blustery day with clearing skies and temperatures only in the 50s in the afternoon, most likely. But the morning temperature, 43 degrees, you see that that is already getting cold. Tuesday morning, we have a freeze warning in place. 32 degrees is our temperature. And on Wednesday morning, 33 degrees. So this is your storm tracker alert to the colder temperatures. You can see tomorrow morning the temperatures will already be going down. And as we go through the day, it's going to remain cool, remain windy. And then Tuesday morning, you see 20s in our inland spots, the Highway 84 corridor, 32 in Mobile, 36 in Gulf Shores. So a very, very cold forecast there. Freeze warning is in place 10 p.m. Monday until 9 a.m. Tuesday. We could see some of the cold pockets in our area get into the middle 20s. Then your 7-day outlook. After this, a warming trend begins for the Gulf Coast, right in time for spring, with temperatures reaching the low 80s by the weekend.